spice to our at-home workouts. I'm going to use these gliders here, but if you have a tile floor, you can use a towel. If you have carpeting, you can use 2 paper plates. Anything that just has that little slippery surface on it. If you want to get your floor clean, go ahead and use a Swiffer. All right, we're going to start with just one of these gliders. We'll put the other to the side for now. We're just going to start with a little bit of standing warm-up work. We're going to take one foot on the glider, so you're going to have the ball of your foot on, the heel off. That's generally how it is unless we specifically switch it. Let's just start with a little bit of a centering stretch. We're going to do a big inhale in, lengthen out through the spine, drop through the shoulders. Then on your exhale, let's curl through the pelvis and roll down. Imagine you're rounding out over a large barrel. Relax the crown of your head heavy. And we're just going to do a little ragdoll sway. You can grab opposite arm and just do a little sway from side to side. And then we're going to warm up those hamstrings just a little bit. So I'm going to squat down, try and get the chest to the thighs. Keep the chest to the thighs as you send up. Drop down on an inhale. Exhale, hips up, head down. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Relax the crown of the head heavy. Bend through the knees and slowly scoop the pelvis. Roll it on up. Arms come back up overhead. You can clasp together, send up. Drop through the shoulders and then exhale, reach up and over. Just getting that nice lateral flexion. Inhale back to center, exhale up and over, reach. Bring it back to center, give me 2 or 3 nice big shoulder rolls. We're gonna start this as if we were on the reformer. So we're gonna take our feet parallel hip width. I'm just gonna lift that right heel up high. And I'm not gonna do any bending quite yet. I'm just gonna send the leg forward, bring it back, out to the side. Send it back. We're just getting our body warmed up. Think about pulling from that hip, right? Not necessarily pushing with the foot. Your shoulders stay stacked. The belly button pulls in, finding that neutral spine as if you were on the reformer. And let's just warm up the other side. Left heel lifts. You're going to send it forward, center, side, back. Bring it to center, forward, center, side, back. One more time, just get a little bit of warm up, get your body used to what's doing. That static leg, that standing leg always has a little micro bend just so we're not locked out through that kneecap. And we're gonna add in just a little bit of squat. So I'm gonna keep both heels down, shoulders down and back, tuck through that belly button and that rib cage. I'm just gonna inhale down, exhale lift. Inhale down, exhale lift, send the leg out to the side. Inhale down, exhale lift and send. Inhale down, exhale lift and send. Nice job. We're just gonna do this for a few more here, getting a little bit warm through that body. Every time I go into that little abduction, I'm lifting that heel slightly, taking all of that weight into my left side, and then we'll go ahead and switch it out. Just getting a little bit of warmth through those legs. Inhale down, exhale, lift and over, down, up and over. Trying not to send too much weight over so that we tilt. I'm keeping my body straight up in line, putting all of that weight into that right glute for 2. And 1. Perfect. Now let's take that into a lateral turnout. So think about turning out from the thigh bone, not just turning the toes. I'm going to come back to my glider. I'm going to take my shoulders down and back, and I'm going to do that same squat, and then I'm going to drag in. Squat, and I'm going to use those inner thighs to adduct in. Squat, in. Squat, lift the heel, drive in for 2. And 1. Let's do it on the other side. Laterally turned out, think like a sumo squat, right? Inhale down, exhale, lift and drag. Inhale down, exhale, lift and drag. Try to keep those shoulders right over those hips. The tendency is to want to drive forward. Try to not let that happen. All right, I think our body's getting a little warm. We're gonna move into our lunge series. So I'm gonna turn this way, draw my shoulders down and back. We're gonna start with the right. It's a little bit more challenging because our left foot's our balancer. Left foot forward, your right heel is gonna come up. That's gonna make you wanna arch your back. Take a little bit of a tuck here so we get all that weight through the glutes. I'm gonna keep my right leg straight, and I'm gonna send it back, and then stand up tall. I'm gonna inhale, send the right leg back straight. Exhale, stand up tall. Keeping this right leg straight is giving me a little bit of a stretch through that hip flexor, and it's also creating a long lever, sending all of that weight over into my left medial glute, think side booty. Inhale back, exhale forward. I want to imagine my head is just on a rod, right? I'm going straight up, straight down, preventing pitching forward or letting that knee drive forward. Let's go. 3, 2, last one. We're going to hold it back, pause. stand up tall through my left. Send my right leg back straight, scoot the knee forward, stand up tall through the left. I'm thinking about doing 80-20 squat. 80% of the work is being done through that left heel, right? My right foot is just there for a little bit of support. I'm dragging forward, standing up tall. The lower I get that left, the more strength I'm putting into my left leg. Nice job. Now, if needed, you can grab onto a chair or a table, right? A lot of times we do this at the ballet bar. Now, it was about a billion, so let's do this last version here. I'm going to send my right leg back and hold. I'm going to keep my left leg as a statue. I'm going to drive it forward, send it back. Drive it forward, send it back. Head up, little tuck of the belly button, shoulders back. Now we're going to go speed skating. Drive it forward, send it back. Drive it forward, send it back. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall. All right, we're not done with that right leg yet. Your left leg should be feeling a little bit of feels. Shoulders are gonna draw down and back. We're gonna get that tuck. I'm gonna move into a squat position. I'm gonna lift my right heel high. I'm gonna send my leg out, and then I'm gonna stand up tall. Right leg out, stand up tall. So I'm really thinking about driving down through that left heel, and I'm squeezing the inner thighs together. Inhale and exhale. You can use your arms as a little bit of balance. If you have hand weights, you can use a little set of hand weights here to add on to this exercise. For the shoulders, I'm just doing side skaters for 2, 1. Let's hold. Now you're going to drag it in, send it out. Drag it in, send it out. Nice job. So you're just dragging the knee up and out, up and out. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up top. I know you're feeling that left leg. We're going to do just a little bit more with this glider. So I'm going to bring those shoulders restack, a little bit of a tuck and close through those rib cage. We're going to bring that leg up in front. We're going to sweep it out to the side and then behind. Sweep it out forward and then behind, like a little rainbow arch, right? On this next one, we're going to send it back and we're going to curtsy lunge, lift, continue that arch. Now, as I come back down and then up, my hips want to lead. Don't let that happen, right? Pull that belly button in. That powerhouse, keeping us up and tall, nice and strong. Let's go. 3. Shoulders down and back. 2. On this last one, we're going to hold. We're going to hold it down and we're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. Trying to keep that glider still. All that weight through that left heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up tall. All right, we've got another side. Let's go ahead and turn it to the side. We're gonna put that left leg on the glider. Heart rate should be pretty high right now. If you need a little bit of a water break, go ahead and grab it as we get set up. Shoulders down, a little bit of a tuck. Left heel high. I think you're wearing a pair of stilettos here, right? Shoulders are down and back. Then we're gonna send it back and then stand up tall. Again, you can be holding on to a chair here, a countertop, just something stable. Try not to pick a box or something that could fall over. Keeping that left leg straight is giving you that nice long lever, putting all the tension in that right medial glute, think side booty, right? And it doesn't matter how far back you go, we're just trying to strengthen through that right leg. This side might feel a little bit nicer, maybe less tension if you're holding on to something. Maybe one hand comes off and goes to the hip. We're gonna send it back and hold. Scoot the left knee forward, stand up tall. Send the right leg straight back. Scoot the left knee forward, stand up tall through the right. I'm driving through the heel as best as I can, giving myself that nice opportunity to balance. Nice job. Remember the floor, there's nothing going on there. There's nothing fun on the floor. Try not to look down. Your head is an extension of your spine. Keep it in line. Let's go. 2. Last one, you know what's coming. Hold it back. Drive the left knee forward, send it back. Drive the left knee forward, send it back. The deeper you sit in that right leg, the more of a burn you're gonna feel in that booty. Driving it forward, send it back. Let's go speed skating as fast as we can for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall. Woo, all right. Should be warm. Now let's move on to those lateral lunges, right? Get that nice posture back, neutral spine. We're gonna lift through that left. We're gonna squat down. We're just gonna send it out, stand up tall. Send it out, stand up tall. Try and keep that hip in line with your shoulder. Try to not let the knee waver around as we're doing that lower and lift. Nice job. And I want to think about squeezing through those inner thighs, pulling the belly button up and in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Let's go. 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold. I want to think about driving that knee up, sending it out. Driving that knee up, sending it out. All of that weight is in that right hip, in that right glute. Knee comes up and out. Up and out, like we're speed skating for 5, 4, 3, 2. Final one, bring it up, bring it in. Reset. We're just gonna do the rainbow sweep forward and find that arch back. Inhale and exhale. See if we can keep those hips square. See if we can keep those hips straight. Inhale forward. Exhale back. We don't want to let that body turn with the hip. We're thinking about those hips shining forward. On this next one, we're going to move into that curtsy lunge. We're going to come back and down, lift and forward, back and down, lift and forward. Now, if you have your hand weights, you're welcome to add in a little bit of a bicep curl here. You can even do it without hand weights, with a little water bottle or some cans, if you were lucky enough to find those this week. Let's go. 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold it back and we're gonna pulse. Back knee lifts, back knee lowers. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it forward and breathe. All right, so our legs should be feeling some feels. The abs should be warmed up because they were keeping us with our hips not rotating. We're gonna move into some plank series here. So I'm gonna make sure there's enough room behind me so I can send my legs out straight. I'm gonna start with my foot on the right foot on the glider. I'm gonna lift that heel high and lower down. Lift that heel high and lower down. Once we're back in our plank position, we wanna feel comfortable in that heel lift. So let's start with the leg flat. We're gonna draw the chin to the chest, scoop the belly button in and slowly roll it all the way down. Hands come to the ground. We're gonna send that, I'll come this way so you guys can see. We're gonna send that left foot back and we're gonna scoot the right leg back. So we're finding our plank-like position, a darted position. I'm just gonna send my knee forward and back, making sure my hands are directly underneath my shoulders. I'm just driving forward and back. Now you're gonna send your heel back, your head forward, try and find a nice straight line. We're gonna add on here. I'm gonna take my right knee to my right elbow, back. Right knee, left elbow, back. Right knee, right elbow, right knee, left elbow, crossing underneath, getting those obliques to fire up. Think about drawing up and in with those lower abs. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can set those knees down and take a little child's pose if you need a little bit of a break. We're gonna move on to a little bit of piking. So I'm gonna put both feet on the same glider, but I wanna go as light as I can on those toes. So I'm gonna bring myself back into my plank-like position. Your toes will be on the glider, and we'll find ourselves in a plank. I wanna think about scooping the belly button up and in, lifting the hips, and then exhale, sending it back. Inhale, scoop, pike forward, drop the head, and then exhale, send back. Use those lower abdominals, roll up and in, and then exhale, send it back. Let's go. 4. Tuck the pelvis, lift. 3. Really push through the hands like you're trying to push the ground away. 2. And 1. Set those knees down. Shuffle over to that left. If you need a little bit of a spinal stretch here, you can get that little cat, cow, cat, cow. Catch your breath. And then we're going back up for our plank. So I'm gonna send my right leg back straight. My left foot now has the glider. I'm gonna drive just forward and back, as if I was doing one part of a mountain climber here. Just forward and back, forward and back. Now let's take it up. Left knee, left elbow, back. Left knee, right elbow, back. We're using those obliques to come over and across and to come up and over to the elbow. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and breathe. All right, we're gonna move it to the mat. We're gonna do a little bit of work for our upper body. That already was a little bit of work for the wrist and for the shoulders. So if you need to take a breather, take a little pause here, stretch out through the wrist, and then we're gonna get moving. So now I'm gonna use both of my gliders. I'm gonna start in a kneeling position. You can start in a cat-cow tabletop position if you'd like, but we're gonna try and get into that nice push-up position. So I'm gonna have my knees back, my hips forward of my knees, and I'm just gonna reach my right arm forward, drag it back. Reach my left arm forward, drag it back. So the opposite arm that's hanging back, bend slightly, think like a tricep press up, and you're reaching forward, using those abs to help bring you back. Let's go, 6. Try and keep those hips still. 5, don't let them shift to one side. 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it in, bring it up if you need a breather. If you want to keep cruising, we're gonna move into our arm circles just like we would if we were laying on the reformer. So we're gonna send ourselves out about halfway. I'm gonna circle out and around, back, out and around, back. That's too challenging, send your hips back over your heels, and you can work into just a little bit nicer for the shoulders, circles. Let's go, 4, 3, just lubricating through those joints, 2, 1, hold it out in reverse, out and around. Let's go, 6, 5, remember get a little bit deeper, 4, 3, 2, and 1, bring it in, bring it up, roll the shoulders down and back, maybe clasping the hands, giving yourself an extra little chest and shoulder stretch. All right, we're doing a little bit more with some push-ups. So both hands are gonna come to the gliders. We'll stay kneeling, knees come forward. We're just gonna bring the gliders right underneath our shoulders. Inhale down, exhale lift. Pretty simple, right? Scoop the belly button in, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Let's go, 6, 5, 4, draw those elbows down and back, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna hold it halfway for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you need a break there, you take it. We're gonna move on just a little bit for a little bit of abduction away from the body to work through the shoulders just a bit more. So I'm gonna find myself into my half push-up position, drawing my shoulder blades down and back. I'm gonna send my right arm out, in, left arm out, in, push back up. Come halfway down, right arm out, in, push back up. Inhale, lower, out, in, push back up. Let's go, 6, 6, up, 5, 5, up. You can bring those knees together, keep the legs down, a little bit more oblique work. Let's go, 3 more. Inhale, lower, out, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep that breath moving. Last one. And then press up and send yourself back into that childlike pose. You can send the arms out a little bit wider, stretching through those shoulders just a little bit more. All right, so let's leave the arms alone. Let's get into a little bit of abdominal work. We're gonna do what we typically call earthquake abs. We're gonna use both of these gliders. So we have a couple of options here. You tend to have pain in that low back. I want you to think about being as straight as you possibly can, because if there's a rod in that lower back from tail to head, if not, we're gonna take a little bit of a tuck of the pelvis and roll into our C curve situation here. So I'm gonna start grabbing onto my shins, dropping through the shoulders, lifting the chest, closing the rib cage, and then I'm just gonna release my hands forward. I'm gonna inhale, right leg out, exhale it back in. Inhale left, exhale it back in. The more you can curve back, the more you'll use the lower abdominals to drag back in. Inhale out, exhale, drag back in. Let's go, 4, 3, and we're on our heels on the gliders here, 2, and 1. Let's see if we can go both out and then drag back in. Both out and drag back in. Next time the arms or the legs go out, bring the arms out, and then exhale, drag it back in. Inhale, exhale. Shoulders stay down and back. We're curling through that belly button, right? Like you're starting to scoop out through the belly button for 6, 5. I don't know why I choose 6 all the time. Sorry, guys. 4. Inhale back. Exhale forward. 3, 2. Last one. Sitting up tall. grabbing through those shins. We're gonna do a little bit of rotation here. So this one you need to use your brain a little bit. It's okay, we all screw it up in the beginning. Let's bring elbows wide. I do fingertips just so I don't grab on the back of my neck. So lift up tall, take that little C-curve position. I'm gonna send my right leg straight, I'm gonna lean back. I'm gonna exhale, bring left armpit towards right knee, and then send it out. Bring it up and over. Send it out. I'm trying to keep my left heel as balanced, as steady as I can. Trying to keep those elbows wide, trying to get that twist through the torso rather than just twisting the elbows. Let's go. 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And then we're going to go right into the other side. Come back to center. Send the left leg out. Lean back. Exhale. Up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Head up, really scoop through the rib cage, scoop through the belly button. Sorry, close through the rib cage, scoop through the belly button. Try not to grab the back of your head or the back of the neck, really lifting through the chest for 4. Inhale, exhale, 2, and 1. We're gonna breathe there. All right, let's move into our bridging series. I'm gonna use both gliders here. I'm gonna lay on back so I can get my spine nice and flat. So I'm going to imprint my spine. Hands go down if you need a little bit of balance. Balance challenge, arms come up. I'm going to keep my heels on the glider, and I'm just going to tuck the pelvis and lift up into my bridge and slowly lower down. It simulates being on the reformer because if we send our weight too far forward or back, our legs are going to move. We're going to keep them still. I'm going to lift up and down, up, and then roll down. This next one, I'm gonna lift up, hold, right leg out, and back in. I'm gonna try and keep those hips nice and still. Imagine your hot cup of coffee is sitting right here. When I send my right leg out, I don't want it to spill off to the right, so I'm keeping everything nice and still. Let's go. 6, 5, my toes are up to the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, last one, drag it back in. Keep those hips high, send that left leg out, drag it back in. Left leg out, drag it back in. I'm already dipping to that left side, so I have to think a little bit more lifting up through that left glute so I can send it out and in without dipping up and down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the hips high, scoop through the rib cage, mid back, low back, let the pelvis tilt out heavy. All right, we're not done here. I'm gonna go for my balance challenge. If you need to, keep those arms down. Shoulders roll down and back. I'm going to flatten my back and lift. I'm going to send both legs out, both legs in, both legs out, both legs in. If you need that balance challenge, you get your hips up a little bit higher or that balance help. Let's go. 3, lost my glider. 2, and 1. Hips up high, roll through the spine, bring it on down. Give yourself a little rock from side to side, and then keep that rocking and rolling up till we come up. We have just a little bit more. I'm gonna get rid of this glider, thank you. And we're gonna do a little bit of reaching oblique work. So we're gonna sit up as tall as we can, shoulders down and back, close through the rib cage. Imagine that you're sitting up to a nice little L shape, right? Left hand is gonna hit the glider, right arm is gonna move up. I'm gonna exhale, reach, lift my right hip up, reach over, and then draw down through that glider to bring myself back up. Inhale, and then exhale. Reach and bring it back up. We can take a nice inhale on the way out and give you a little assistance on the exhale to bring it back in. Let's go. 4. Really driving down through that glider hand. 3. Keeping those legs squeezing together. 2. Last one, we're gonna reach. And we're gonna hold. Can we lift and lower that leg? Point through the toes. Let's go. 6, 5. I'm holding myself up with my obliques. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drag everything back in, and we will switch sides. We're almost there, team. Zip those legs together. Really adduct them together. Shoulders are down and back. We're lifting up tall through the spine. My left arm's gonna come out now. My right hand's on the glider. I'm gonna reach up and over and then drag back in. This is really great work for those lats, for those obliques, and the further you reach away from the body, the longer lever you have, the more challenging it is on those shoulders and those obliques. Drop the shoulders down and away from your ears even as you're reaching. Let's go for 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2. Final one, we're gonna hold to a place that feels comfortable. I'm gonna point through those toes. I'm going to lift and lower, trying to keep those hips stable for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, back up. We're gonna do just a little bit of a stretch for our shoulders now. So meet me into your 4-point kneeling. Hands directly underneath your shoulders, and then draw them out just a little bit further. You're gonna send your weight back, and we're just gonna take that glider out to the side. If you can, you're resting your head and your shoulder down. Just getting a nice little stretch. And then exhale, drag it through. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it down. We'll bring it up and we'll switch. I take my left hand to the glider, and I'm just gonna drag it through, thread the needle, maybe resting head and shoulder down. It's okay if this is where you're at today. We'll bring it back. We'll do one more nice little stretch here, sending it back, and just releasing down. We are officially done with both of our gliders. We're just gonna come to our mat. We're gonna start on all 4. So I'm gonna curl my toes under. I'm gonna send my hips up into our downward facing dog. We're gonna stretch out those calves just a little. Pedal out the dog. Walk the dog. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Keeping those heels where they're at. You're just gonna walk your hands back. Drop through the heels. Meet me into your fold over position. And then you're gonna bend the knees, tuck through the pelvis, and slowly roll it up until you come up standing. Give me 2 to 3 nice big shoulder rolls. You have now earned yourself another water break. Thank you for joining for my glider workout. Stay tuned for some band work next.